It's recording.
It's time. Episode 71. Two Dads, One Dut. Girthy Football Edition. Titled, Are They Who We Think They Are Yet?
Question mark.
Week 7, the NFL. It got weird.
Let's get weird.
I love it.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Are we ready for it?
Yes.
Let's do it then.
Let's do it then.
Couldn't be more ready.
Yeah. You want me to do?
What you do?
All right.
So
But
well.
you do it.
71. Episode 71. Girthy Football Edition brought to you by First Shield Defense. First Shield Defense is self-defense is a fundamental human right. A lot of people don't understand that. First Shield Defense does. They provide a way for everyone to learn something new in their weekly classes, and they place a high value on your time. They offer 2 types of classes, Apex Concealed Carry and Krav Maga. In their Apex program, you will learn, or you will pull the trigger at least 500 times in 1 hour, and at the same time, learn how to fight with your gun. The Krav Maga classes will teach you how to protect yourself without a gun. Send First Shield Defense a message on Facebook or Instagram to get started. FirstShieldDefense.com.
And as always, you can find us on Spotify,
Spoot?
Spoot,
Is this
Apple
Spoots?
Podcasts, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Google, Amazon. And for your viewing pleasures,
Look for us everywhere.
tell your cousins, tell your grandma. Maybe not your grandma.
I want her.
Tell your coworkers.
Click on us,
Come
would
check
ya?
us out
For
on the
Christ-
YouTubes.
for Christ's
Smash the
sakes.
like. Hit the subscribe. Sker.
Beat.
A drop at the beat.
It's the football.
A drop a dime. Slap a top off. Slap in the bass.
You can do it down here. I like doing it.
Cool up here, though.
There it is. Mild applause.
Yeah, okay.
We are back. Girthy Football.
Episode 71. Are they who we think they are?
Yet.
Firstly, so toilet news and takeaways.
Little TNT.
Firstly?
No, firstly,
First off?
toilet news from toilet news and takeaways. Refreshing just to get a nice high-scoring Thursday night football game.
You love to see it.
Yeah, I mean we've been having just shit bowls
Shit bowl.
left and right, man.
Defense wins championships, but whatever. I get it, dude.
Yeah, I mean it was one of those where I remember, I think I looked down or I blinked and there were 2 pick sixes,
Oh, yeah.
and it was just like, what is going on?
Oh, if you watched 25 minutes of the first half, you're like, the Saints are winning this game.
Oh, 100%.
They're just dominating
Plus
it.
2.5, never a doubt.
I was like, ooh, this is not looking good.
And then you're like, oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then, Andy
And then you're
Dalton-
like, oh, wee.
yeah, which
It's crazy how it happens.
the
Dude,
se-
that slow-mo with Andy Dalton turned around, and then you just look in the back, and it's just the fucking defender just diving.
It's great.
Into
That's
it.
where the internet
I'm like,
wins.
ooh, that's a
That's what
good
the
one.
internet should
Yeah,
be
That's a
for.
good one.
It's good. Yes. Okay. I said the NFC East, aka most notably known as the NFC least as of late, is now arguably the best division in football with 3 actual contenders in it.
Talking about NFC Beast.
Yes.
It's not arguably at this point.
It's kind of crazy,
if
right?
you believe
Are they
it,
who we
we thought
think they
they
are
are
yet?
yeah,
Yeah. Philly,
themes.
Cowboys,
We're good at this.
He got
Giants.
this.
Yeah. And then I said here,
Commanders.
Hello.
2-game winning streak.
but the only one that's close to it, in my opinion, is the AFC East. Ironic or no? NFC East, AFC East.
What are you saying? Like in terms
For
of being
just-
like the best division?
Competitive best divisions.
I think the Raiders are turning it around.
They played Houston. Let's not do that. Next,
Plus the Chargers suck. That
I think
pisses me
we-
off.
I think we found out that Kansas City can still flip on a switch whenever they want.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
really good at football.
They are really good. I said to follow up with that, have the 3 Joes of Cincy, that being Joe Burrow, Joe Marr, and Joe Mixon,
Joe Ma.
have they figured it out now?
Joe Mama.
Have they figured out how to turn on their switch?
I hope so.
Fantasy.
I hope so. Yeah.
I mean, they played Atlanta, which, again, I feel like Atlanta's been a sneaky good team this year, but Joe Burrow did the thing like I think we talked about with Josh Allen when he had 300-some yards and 4 tutties in the first half. He had 2-something and 2 or 3 touchdowns in the first quarter.
Yeah.
Like, you should end the game with just astronomical numbers. I don't understand what happens, and I get it. Like,
You
But
end up running the ball more to run
protect
that
the
clock
lead.
out. Dude.
Yeah, and I get, but I'm just
I mean, he
like,
still threw for like 481.
I know it was a good game.
Does
And
every
rough
one
for
of
one.
Jamar Chase's touchdowns seems like it comes from bad tackling?
Yes.
Hot take.
Like he got 2 of these, and I'm just like, oh, I know you
His
scored
legs are
here.
built like a running back. That dude is going to bounce. You have to tackle the piss out of that
Yes.
Well, yeah, and I was gonna say the one he caught was just a really great catch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was just contested in the end zone.
But it's funny that you mentioned the Bengals because, again, I've on our preseason or our picks, whatever you want to call it. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm on the record of saying that I don't think
You thought they were mediocre at best.
correct, and I'm
Yeah.
like they're going to have a regression, and it looked like that. And I literally was talking to my cousin 2 weeks ago when they were playing the Saints, and they were losing to start the game, and he was like, "Yeah, dude, kudos to you, man. Like you were on this early." I was like, "Yeah, I just don't think they're good."
Yeah.
Ended up coming back to win that game, and then they look like world beaters this week, and I'm like, "Of course."
Yep.
Shouldn't have said it out loud.
Right. Second somebody mentioned
Yeah.
it, it's like, "Yep, nope."
Well, so then to the hot take.
You're
to,
welcome, Cincy.
Right.
Hot take to parlay with it. Have Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady lost that ability to flip on a switch?
I mean, I don't know what's going on in Tampa. There's reasons.
It's
to
weird.
See, there's reasons
Yeah.
to see why Green Bay's not the Green Bay of
Yeah,
old.
you could see why. Like the writing was on the wall with Green.
Brady has almost the exact same team as he had last year.
Yeah.
And
Like
I
there
think
was one where
Mike Evans dropping that wide open touchdown
was
changed
massive. And
Absolutely
again,
everything.
for
bizarre.
those of you out there that get into the old fantasy or the shekels of betting, if you will,
Yeah.
a Mike Evans anytime touchdown, you had to just be irate watching that
yeah.
replay.
It was what, at least.
And then he laughed about it because he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get more of these." No, the fuck you're not, bud.
Yeah.
No, the fuck you're not.
Because it was like a 40, 50-yard bomb.
Yeah.
And I mean, he was just wide open. It
Well,
was
he
insane.
did he shoved the shit out of that corner.
Oh yeah, he.
I know. That's what I said, too. I was like, I'm pretty sure this is more offensive pass interference than anything. But I mean, whatever. It's Tom Brady. And
Karma would say
the
that's
bu-
why you dropped it.
yeah. But
Rex storm.
so is it because that they use Microsoft Surfaces? Do you think Brady's an Apple guy?
Maybe.
He doesn't understand the technology.
I forget what stupid TikTok I saw, but they were like, Giselle's a witch.
Yeah.
And she was just
What?
I
and then
love
she
it.
was just using
Put
her
a spell on him.
powers
Yeah, dude.
and
Hocus
for like
pocus.
helping his team win the whole
Yeah.
time. And then now that they're broken up, she's like, "Yeah, dude, see you later, Mike Thomas, hibbity boppity drop,
I get it.
love it.
Yeah.
That's, dude,
nuts."
keep your eyes on
I
it.
mean,
Okay.
she's hot as shit, dude. Why'd she stay so hot?
Well, so speaking,
She's a witch.
the witchery, the
She's a
Tom
90-year-old body under there.
tomfoolery. But okay, so to again kind of piggyback off of Tom and Tampa, will this be the first time in Brady's career he makes the playoffs with a losing record? They're
No.
in first place at 3-4.
Love to see it.
Tied with,
Atlanta, hot Atlanta, baby.
and I think the Saints. I literally think all three of them are
Oh.
3
No,
and 4.
they're two of them are 3-4, and then the other two are 2-5.
Mike
Carolina and the Saints are 2-5. Tampa
Atlanta's
and-
going to win that division, even coming off of a shit game.
even coming off of a shit
Shit
game.
Shit game.
But I said,
They're bad, dude.
does Brady potentially just disqualify himself because he's so disgusted?
Nah.
He's like, hey, I know we made the playoffs, but we have a losing record. I'm not even going to go.
He was like, "This is the script that the NFL wrote for me this week. I got to do the Vegas stuff. You
Yeah.
got to lose to Mitch and Kenny Pickett, and you got to lose to PJ Walker, and then they're like, we'll give you a Super Bowl." And he's like, "All right, man."
Yeah, I think it's just the classic. It's playing perfectly to where as long as you win your division, you get to go.
Yeah.
You book a ticket, and Tom's going to be like, I don't care if we're 7-10, we're in.
Yeah. This is one of the sports where home field, all that stuff doesn't necessarily matter. The wild
Yeah.
card wins. They get to the NFC, AFC championship game. Like you have that momentum as opposed to the bye where the teams have to sit out a week.
Yeah.
Like just get a ticket.
Yeah.
Yeah, just get there.
And that being said,
Bears score on this drive.
You can fucking.
how does Carolina actually win that game?
I love it.
It is an absolute dumpster fire there. You have an XFL quarterback at best playing. Christian McCaffrey just got booted to San Francisco. Robbie Anderson apparently was just like, hey, our team sucks. And they're like, well, you suck more, so you're out too. They're just like,
Say it to my face. I will in front of everybody.
left and right. They're just like, you're out. Oh, you're next. Nope.
Sometimes
Like,
addition by subtraction, man. It's the Colts all over again.
Yeah.
You get rid of Jonathan Taylor.
It's one of
you
the
start winning games.
Yeah, it's
Addition
one
bring
of
it
the
back.
all-time
Fraction.
sports moments where it's like,
You got to rally. You have literally nothing to
correct.
lose.
It's the code.
Tampa had everything to
Yes,
lose.
it's the cliche moment at the before the game. Like we all know the exact speech that was said
Oh,
before
yeah.
the game. We know that was said at halftime.
we suck.
We have no business winning this game.
It was
They
a
traded away
replacement speech.
our three best players.
Yeah.
Let's go out there and win this game. Who cares about Tampa? And you know what? They did it.
yeah.
Or did Giselle wave a wand? I don't know.
We don't
so
know.
we don't. Well, stands to be seen.
Do you think Baker's like, are you fucking kidding me? I hate this team.
Well, so
He's probably like, I hate myself.
but the crazy hot take of
Damn it!
within that too is that PJ Walker guy. I mean, I get it was the XFL. He was really good.
Oh yeah.
He's like I want to say shorter, but he's like very Mike Vick adjacent.
Yeah.
Like,
He was like
Let's not do that.
what?
That's insane.
Dude, he scrambles around and he just throws some darts.
So that's all you have to do to be compared to Mike Vick.
I mean, he's mobile,
Let's not do that.
agile, hostile.
well,
Again, you get what I'm saying.
I do. Let's not do it.
But yeah, so it is just it's bizarre to me, but they who we thought they are?
I don't think they.
I mean,
are,
before the season started, I had Carolina going to the playoffs, so I am thrilled if they win games. Although last week in my top 3, bottom 3, I think they were the worst team in the NFL for me, behind the Bears. So
Hey,
no,
Halfway decent segue there. So, has the Hard Knocks curse officially kicked in?
no.
I think they're coming back. Like they just got everybody back last week.
They're 1-5.
Yeah, but they just got everybody back last week.
They're tied with, or I think they stand alone with the worst record in the NFL.
Yeah, checks out.
But I honestly think the Hard Knocks curse is the year prior or the year following.
Oh no, I get it, but I'm saying like Hard Knocks came and got them quick.
Well, I mean, you would argue too that they picked the Lions.
Oh, I get it.
Like
and I
Hard
think
Knocks generally doesn't take like one of the worst teams in the NFL, and it's like you guys are gonna ball
they
out.
take teams for a reason. They're not stupid, and they
Right.
pick a great team camaraderie built.
Well, they jinxed the Colts. Is that the jinx? Is that the Colts? Why the Colts suck so bad?
Well, they did the in
They were
season
the
one.
in-season
The in
Hard
season
Knocks?
shit's fucking stupid.
I don't
Just
know
do-
where I stand as a Lions fan. What I want to happen right now.
So funny stat, and it was actually really funny too, because as we were watching it, Hutch got his sack in the game,
Yeah.
and we were like, "Yeah, this guy's a freak of nature." And we talked about how it's a weird trend where it seems like the majority of like elite edge rushers are like
Yeah.
white dudes now. Like it's like J.J. Watt, it's T.J. Watt, it's Nick Bosa.
Yes.
But no, hear me out, and it's like,
Kayvon Thibodeau.
and then you have Chase Young's in there, like, but it's weird how that position has like, I'm saying Chase Young is the exception, not the rule, but it's weird that it's like moved into that area. However, what was really funny about it was
I love this.
they go, Hutch, sack on the season. It's his 4th. And Fisher's like, damn, that's kind of good. And I go, would it help you if you knew he got 3 in one game?
First game.
I don't think he's that good. And that's where it's like funny because they came out with that video where they're like, is he really good? Or was it just horrible scheming, horrible
Yeah.
protection? And that's how he
Well, they were
ended up
even
with
talking about like
3
those sacks he got like really weren't like what
Yeah.
he did.
Yeah.
And then they're talking about like the first like 5 picks, like
Yeah.
he's default like the worst of it. Where obviously as a Lions fan, I was pretty stoked that we got to draft him because he could have
Yeah.
been number 1. But again, Thibodeau's balling out. The guy from Alabama is
Yeah.
just having a year. But it's like, no, I've got 4 sacks through 7 games. I don't care if they're layups. Like that's what I have.
Yeah.
I would agree. Like it's a stat sheet nonetheless. But I thought it was
First
weird
down.
too with the Thibodeau guy on the Giants.
Why was it surprising to you that the edge rushers are what now? How'd you say it?
No, I'm saying it's weird that like
Dominating.
a lot of the elite ones are just white dudes. Or you could argue that a good chunk of the top 10.
He said it again. I love it.
I don't understand the issue. If a duck's a duck, it quacks.
Stating a fact, my friend.
Yeah.
I'm all for it, man.
Yeah. What's your issue with it? What's your gripe?
It's just kind of funny.
It's just funny that you're just like, yeah, white guys are actually really good in the NFL now.
Because I would agree the majority of the NFL's black guys. So
We don't have to argue that. That's
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's
just-
like it's
Funny that you're just like edge rushers now, white.
But again, it's because I think they go like we shouldn't be afraid to talk about stuff. Like you go through instances where it's like it was Michael Strahan, Dwight Freeney, Robert Mathis. Like it was predominantly black dudes that were these fast off the edge guys, Von Miller, and now it's like all of a sudden a bunch of like random white guys figured it out, and like most of them are brothers. Like that's weird. Did they just?
I mean, so
they're the
you
Watts. I was
technically
like,
could,
what?
so you technically could
Yeah.
just be like 2 families and then all black guys.
yeah, but it's weird.
I mean,
And Hutch.
and Hutch,
But that's what I'm saying. It's weird to think about where you're like,
who got 3 in one game. Good for him.
because I would argue with their body, their
32nd ranked
what do you want to
defense in
say,
the
their
league.
their stature. It's like you're the iconic build for if we beef you up going from college to pro. You have Brian Urlacher written all over you. You have Luke Kuechly written all over you. But instead, you're like, I actually just want to gain speed and just fucking eat the quarterback all day.
Yeah,
Like that's
The Bears are trash.
it's
they
weird.
get paid, dude.
Yeah.
They're
That
so
it-
bad.
That's a great point. See, now we're getting somewhere. We're mind mouthing. Because what'd you say? It goes,
I hate that term.
Mind mouthing.
dude,
Yeah.
you've never seen the breakup then. So it goes quarterback.
I have. I just still don't like it.
Is it quarterback, left tackle, edge rusher? Would that be how it goes?
The hierarchy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what's it's interesting. Anyways,
Ooh,
next,
Let's do it.
I halfway called the Tennessee Indy game.
you did. I thought you were gonna get smoked by the hook there.
You ready for it? So I listened back to make sure. I said it was going to be 27-10. It was 19-10. So I get 8 points is huge in a degenerate betting world. So I don't want to say that like that was close. I said King Henry would go 25 plus rushes. He had 30.
Yeah.
And he'd go for $150. He had 128.
How many touchdowns?
0.
Oh, okay.
What a game.
I mean,
But I didn't say that though.
yeah, but
I would argue from a running back standpoint, fantasy team, anything.
if you bend don't break, then I think your Colts did. Then I think the Colts did exactly what they wanted to do with Derrick Henry. You give him 128 yards, but you don't give up
He doesn't
touchdowns.
see the end zone. Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
he doesn't see the end zone, so
Sure.
you're not. It's not really hurting you that bad.
Yeah.
Michael Pittman fumbles that ball 9 times out of 10. He does not, and then it's a different game.
Yeah.
But then you can't. But I see what you're saying and how
Yeah.
the Colts are trash and Matt Ryan sucks and all this. But he was putting the ball where it needed to be.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, he did throw a pick 6. So I can't say he
But-
did too much, but I'm saying he did cost him the game, but also Michael Pittman cost him the game.
I mean,
Yes.
are
the Colts
they who
trash,
we
yeah.
think they are?
Yet.
Yet?
Trash.
But here's the thing. So our boy JT with another suspect game of 10 rushes and 7 receptions for like 20 yards.
Not suspect, man. He was overrated.
I don't think he's overrated. I think
I'm
it's
saying it.
I don't know what they're doing.
Owning it.
They're not scheming towards him,
Yeah.
for him, his abilities,
It is-
everything. Hopefully, Sam Ellinger comes in and just does.
Option.
Yeah.
'Cause you
just
wanna-
something, just bring a fire.
1990 Nebraska option.
But I don't want to say it's
You're not the long-term answer. I don't care if your ribs get broken. Option.
saying that it was like outlandish or dumb would be a hot take, but your ideology on when backups come in and they just refuse to scheme for them, I'm very curious to see if it plays with Sam Ellinger because I bet it does.
Right.
Like it's weird to see that. And the more it's like another game, I was like, Dut's onto something with this. Like I'm
I'm telling
surprised
you,
more
man.
people don't talk about it because you sent the one, right, where it was the Cleveland one. Granted, they played Lamar, but it's like, yeah, prevent defense. Yeah, let's just do prevent. What's it? Well, they need to get 18 yards. Yeah, let's back up 20. And it's like, what are we doing? Like, just scheme better.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was the one game of the week where I was like, I was kind of rooting for Tennessee so the pod could go 3-0 and we could just make money for people.
Shout out that we did.
But it's
Shout
just
out.
funny because like you're such a test for the Colts. I'm like, it would just be poetic if they cover this number or just win the game outright.
But here's the thing, too. I mean, not to spoiler alert for the picks later because it's going to involve some indie talk. They're obviously going to win some games throughout. There's a lot of
Yeah.
game left, a lot of season left. I just don't know where they're going to come from. They're going to be those oddball, like, you beat this team, I don't know how, and this team's going to look at it as like a little blemish, but they're going to be like, you're the Colts, you're trash.
Yeah.
So,
And I mean, everybody says that too. Like, there's a lot of football left. We're coming up on week 8, which is almost halfway through.
100%.
Like, it's starting to, like, people are starting to be who they are.
Are they who we
they
thought
they
think they were are
yet.
And that's why it's a great title. That's TNT. It's 12 News and Takeaways.
Woo!
Yes.
TNT.
Dead.
Now it's dead.
Yeah, go for it.
All right. Let's
Yeah,
do it.
yeah.
I got some hard-hitting questions for you.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Put
It's
me on the
raft time.
raft.
We're going to ride it. You need
Raft?
to tell me.
Okay.
This first one, it's pretty simple.
We'll explain the raft.
The Raft, for those of you that have not seen it, the Titanic, the end of the movie. She didn't let Jack on. She made a decision.
She's such a bitch.
She said, this is better for me.
Yeah.
I can't waver from that.
Yeah.
So my questions are pretty cut and dry. There's no, I could see it, maybe this, maybe it's just, it is
No,
or it isn't.
One or the other.
Are you on the
This or
door
that.
or are you in the water?
My first one. Should Kyler Murray have just played baseball?
What a great question. I'm going to say yes.
I don't think he's a winning quarterback. I think he's hyper talented. He's going to make unbelievable plays from every now and then.
Do you know what
But I
Kyler...
also think he just doesn't understand the game of football.
Hear me out, and I just thought of it on the spot, and I bet you're going to crucify me for it. Kyler Murray is a 5'11", quicker than shit Jamarcus Russell.
I mean,
Hear me out. Jamarcus came in.
super hyped.
Unanimous pick. Could throw 60-yard bombs from his knees. And then it comes out that they did the test where
Can't see the pitch.
No, did he read the playbook? And it was like, no, he just refused to read it.
They gave him the DVD, a
Yeah.
blank DVD.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I was reading those blitzes all night.
Yeah, that was sick.
Watching those blitz coverages.
Kyler Murray's coming out now too, where they said a lot of people, I think even some of his own teammates included, are like, this dude just wants to play high school football. He doesn't want to try and read coverages. He doesn't understand that the schemes get intensely, more difficult. Going to the pros, they're going to try and disguise things better. And he's just like, nah.
You watching that Coach Jason Brown TikTok?
Is that what it was?
The dude from Last Chance U?
I
From
think
the
so.
Final season?
Yeah. And it was just like, you watch it and he really does. Like, he uses, like you said, his hyper talent to his strengths, obviously. He can evade anybody. But if you're not knowing what you're actually looking for, at some point you'll have to have this harsh come down to earth moment of you're not playing college or high school football.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, that's my point. Is
But I
that
think that they're also scheming for him to do that because, like, there's that graphic that came up during the game where it's like when teams run the ball and when the Cardinals run the ball.
yeah.
And it's like when they're down, they run the ball, but when they're up, they throw it all the fucking time.
Yeah.
And you're just like, yeah, man, that's me the last backwards. I'm not going to lie to you. And even at the end of that game, they're like, yeah, man, all you have to do is run it out. And he's sitting there throwing it to D-Hop on the side. And you're like, I don't know if I'd have done that.
yeah, like
Cliff.
it's just, and again, some of it could be Kingsbury.
Yeah.
And they're just a weird relationship, this weird marriage of two people that honestly, I think don't know what to do without each other.
Yeah.
Which like they're just like, I love you, you love me. It's just an excuse to just do crazy shit that nobody could ever get away with without this partnership.
Yeah.
Well, I thought the story came out where basically Cliff was like obsessed with Kyler,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
like the roommate.
100%.
Yeah. That's just
You got to get away from that. But
Bears money line, never a doubt.
again, it's just one of those where he's going to make those plays where you're like, wow, this guy is special.
Yeah.
But it's like,
And then the
It's
easy
third and
plays,
8.
you're like,
and I need you to just do this, and you didn't.
Because I would argue coming into this year, everybody was expecting Kyler to put up very slightly under Josh Allen numbers.
100%.
Like close to 300, if not over,
Yeah.
every week, and 2 to 4 tutties.
Yeah.
Couple rushing. Yeah, like it. And it's just,
Let's see what the security blanket comes back. Let's see how he does.
well, he threw to him 10 times or 14 times for 10 total grabs and 104 yards. And I think he passed for, what, 200 yards?
Oh, it was under 2.
No, it was over
Oh,
because
was
I
it?
needed him to go over. It was 204.
Yeah. And that's where I'm like, at some point,
And they scored 40 points.
Well,
42.
Defense
scored 14.
Right.
But yeah, I'm just like,
You were in a shootout, basically,
Yeah.
is what I was
because
saying.
that's the other thing where you look at that game and you're like, oh my God, if I'm a fantasy owner of anybody on this, I'm salivating. And then you pull up the stats and it's like,
Oh, shit bomb.
nobody did anything. Like,
Yes.
sweet. This is awesome.
No
How'd we-
rushing touchdown.
How'd
Like,
we
come
get
on.
here? Yeah. It just blows my mind. Great question. Yeah, he should play baseball.
Especially because, I mean, don't get me wrong. He got the bag.
Guaranteed money.
Yeah.
I don't understand how he got it at the number he did, but he would have got a fat baseball
Oh, yeah,
contract.
for
Yeah.
sure.
Because what do you want, like a second baseman?
I think
Or
he
did
was
he play the
outfield.
outfield?
He was outfield,
Oh,
but
yeah.
he was going to be a top, like first round, top 10 pick, I think.
Yeah.
My second one. So last year, the Final Four for the NFC, the San Francisco 49ers played the Green Bay Packers,
Yep.
and Tampa played the Rams.
Yep.
Any of those 4 teams going to make it to the Final Four in the NFC?
The
Yes.
only reason I give Tampa the nod is because, again, they're leading their division somehow. They are the NFC least.
It's crazy.
It really is. I don't understand.
And like
it.
everybody going
Yeah.
into it this year knew like the AFC was better than the NFC. Better.
Yeah.
But like it's just wild.
Yeah.
No,
Who is going to represent the conference?
no, because then here's the other crazy thing I was
Is
looking
it
at
Philly?
too.
Is it Phil?
Is it the Giants?
If Minnesota
Is it-
keeps doing what they're doing,
Fuck that.
I don't know. I mean,
Minnesota's trash.
I don't think they are.
I don't think
they're
they are
actually
either.
pretty good.
yeah, we'll get through it, but
I mean,
For all
yes.
the things I said in the very first week when I picked them against to beat
yeah,
Green Bay outright when they were plus.
I
3.
just their record's good and it's going to bode well for them, but like they just haven't got a win where I'm like, "Yep, that was convincing." Like I think they've been down in damn near every game.
they
Have
get
come
it done.
back.
They get it done.
Who'd they lose to? It was a random team.
It was probably the Bears.
No,
Puke.
Saints. They almost did.
Yeah.
And then homie didn't want to go out of bounds to the old dance on the inside, get 2 more
Whoopee.
yards and fumbled the ball.
What's crazy about that is I think if I gun to my head, and again, injuries happen. Maybe sometimes it's just a homer pick. I mean, I had the Rams going back to the Super Bowl, which I hate that right now.
Yeah.
I think if I had to pick one, gun to my head, San Francisco?
No.
They got the white edge rushers, dude.
I mean, only because that division, you're like, if you win it, you have a home game.
Yeah.
You win
And you
another
got
one.
Christian
No.
McCaffrey, so it's kind of
I got something for later, so I'm gonna.
Debo, George Kittle's coming back.
I'm gonna-
Shocker because Jimmy's back, so yeah, he's gonna put up numbers.
I'm gonna save it, but I have something for
Love
the
Okay.
NFC West. Yeah.
I think one of those 4 teams make it.
Yeah. One of them does, if that's the question.
That is.
So we're hopping on with Rose.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Here's my last one.
Yes.
So far, there have been a possible 109 games played through 7 weeks.
I could see it.
There have been a total of 41 300-yard passing games
Yep.
out of those 109.
Yeah.
Which at some point I felt like we just thought 300 yards was a given. As
Yeah.
a fantasy football
Almost
owner,
a standard.
you're just like, if you don't get 300 yards, like what's going on?
If this is your guy, 300 is the
In this
number.
league now,
Yeah, it's the greatest era of quarterbacks. You're like, what's going on?
Yes.
Of those 41 games that have passed for 300 yards, the record 16, 24, and 1. So you're at a losing record
for
Interesting.
passing.
for the people that have passed for 300 yards.
Which is
The best record in the NFL, the 3 best teams,
Buffalo.
Buffalo, the Giants, and Philly, are a combined 17 and 2. They have 6 300-yard passing games,
Josh Allen has 5 of them.
4 of them.
Yeah.
Is ground and pound back? Do you have to throw the ball to win in the NFL
Let's
now?
ground and pound.
I mean, they're scheming to take away the big play. Like,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
get that.
Yeah.
But also, in order to do that, you're pushing people back. The box isn't as loaded. But running backs aren't going crazy.
Yeah.
So what is happening?
There was some
Our defense is just that good now?
No,
Offenses just all of a sudden aren't?
they showed a crazy stat where how we're like, I want to say it was some bizarre like 90 touchdowns less this year.
Oh yeah, fantasy's down like 22% in scoring.
Like
It's crazy.
and I don't. Yeah, it's weird. And like the unders are just the home run pick thus far. Like
But I also think it's like so like I'm throwing 70 yards to Jamar Chase, but it's pass interference. Now we get to move up those sticks. Those yards don't count. So they don't show up on the offensive stats. But you're moving up that far, and then it's like, okay,
I like.
I'm taking Josh Allen on the 1 yard line to run it in. Trevor Lawrence gets 2 rushing touchdowns in a game.
Yeah, he does.
And you're just like, all right.
I like that argument because yeah, I just feel like it's one of those you don't.
But I feel like PI's been around for a long time, though.
But it's getting worse and worse.
Yeah.
It's just really bad. Like they need to figure out something with what they're doing. But yeah, okay. So then, I mean, the obvious question has to be: so Josh has the most out of all those 16, right? Like 4 is the most.
Correct.
Yeah, which is weird because there's 16 total wins from those teams.
Correct.
Yeah.
He has 4, so the rest are just sprinkled around to like so many random people.
I
Yeah.
think Jalen Hurts has 1.
He has 2.
Matt Ryan has 1.
Carson Wentz has 2.
Carson Wentz
Patty has
2.
2.
I don't think Patty does.
He has 1.
He has
He has
one.
1 at least.
He has 1.
No, Pat Mahomes has 3.
3.
Ooh.
Yeah, so he's feeling it. Okay.
I
So-
mean, it's kind of your usual suspect. I mean,
yeah.
Herbert get 1?
Bailey Zappi has 1.
Does he really?
Okay.
Good
Yeah.
for Bailey, dude.
Yeah. It's a thing. Speaking of that, this is my last one.
Okay.
If you are a stockholder in the Herbert versus Burrow, are you panicking?
Yeah.
If you're heavy on Herbert,
Yeah, if you're holding that
Yeah.
Herbert stock where you're going to be better.
yeah.
Oh yeah, because that
I
was
think
you.
so.
That was you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Again,
I think so. I think he's just
you want to.
I mean, he's a dog.
No, he is. But you want to talk about a square pick. Joe Burrow just shot up into the upper echelon of like you're the guy to people, and he's already become like the square pick almost in a way. Like people just assume him to go 300 plus, and when he doesn't, it's like what's going on in Cincy?
yeah.
And
Like
it's
when
let's
Kansas
chill the
City was
fuck
up
out.
21-3 in the AFC Championship game.
Yeah.
If they don't shit the bed and win 42-10, is Joe Burrow still Joe Burrow?
Probably not.
Because, I mean, through like 12 weeks last year, nobody thought Cincinnati was anything. They were
No.
just a
And
fringe
I
team
think-
that got hot. But now it's like, no, this is the fucking guy.
But then that's what I'm saying. So it all kind of correlates back to what we've talked about, where when you find the guy and for whatever reason he just has that fucking moxie factor,
Right.
it works.
Yeah.
You took LSU, which is the most stacked roster,
Say
arguably.
an NFL team.
Yes. And you did what you did, and it was swagger, and it was just everybody loved it.
The swagoo.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he came into Cincy, and he just rinsed and repeated.
Then he got hurt.
You can't help but love it.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah.
I'm not anti-Burrow.
Yeah.
I was just super pro Herbert. But, I mean, and to that argument, Herbert hasn't done anything yet.
Well, and I was going to say, now I think it's one of those where people are starting to recognize, like, okay, the Chargers are a smoke and mirror 4-2 team. Like,
Yeah.
or they're 4-3 now.
Yeah, they
4-2.
lost again.
Yeah, like
To a shit Seattle
you can
team.
only have so many people come to your defense of like, he's got the talent though, he's got the stature, he's got the arm, and it's like,
At some point, you have to do it.
what does he do when he plays the game
Right.
though? Like Joe Burrow at least looks like he's figuring it the
Well,
fuck out.
Last week when we were recording during the Monday night game when they played the Broncos, he threw it 50 times
Yeah.
for like 200 yards.
That's
It wasn't
terrible.
great.
It's
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah, you should be at like 400 plus at that point if you're Justin Herbert.
Justin,
respectfully.
figure it out.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
I
Keenan
love you.
Allen, stay healthy.
Yeah.
For the
Something.
man, he needs it.
I have to pee
Falcon.
so bad. Oh, wait, okay. Let me drop the so I have a
Mike?
well no, so I have a game I want to play that is also Titanic based, but I'll give you the hot take so we can talk about that first to kind of switch it up a bit. So, shoot the segment, kill it. See you, Raft. Hot take.
Hot take.
Girthy Football Edition. Would we be better off just having Kansas City and Buffalo play a best of 5 or 7 instead of the Super Bowl?
7's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Well, I know that's what I did.
I do best of 3.
I was going to think 3 or 5, but I wanted to obviously correlate it to like
If
NBA.
they were the 1 and 2 seed, and I don't care who the other 5 teams are in the AFC, if you said we can play the playoffs
He said
out.
for the Super Bowl.
Oof.
Like for the Super Bowl champion, they have to play.
No.
No.
But for the AFC, if you told me, okay, it's Buffalo, Kansas City 1, 2, and we have obviously 3 through 7, we can play this out, or we can just have Buffalo, KC play best of 3, I would do that.
I would do Kansas City best of 3 for sure.
Correct. And then I would say that winner represents the AFC in the Super Bowl. I'd be 100% on board with that.
NFC, you all play it out.
Correct.
You gotta
Just
play it
'cause,
out.
I mean, again, I need somebody from the other conference to have a chance. I mean, the
Yeah.
Giants did beat the Pats, the undefeated Pats. So that's why they play the game. And for a recap, we said no.
No.
We
So-
said
They can battle it out for the AFC
like,
championship.
just let them play best of 3, and that's who represents AFC, but I can't give them the Super Bowl.
I think right now it's one of those from a marketing, money, NFL standpoint. As much as people wouldn't want to obviously just completely go against the norm, and nor could they ever,
Yeah.
that would be the better play. If you told me they went and they played game 1, we'll say, what would you go? Thursday, and then you'd go Sunday because it's like technically
Yeah,
the short.
fucking right. In
No,
the same
next,
week?
not that Sunday, the following Sunday, where they
Oh,
always
okay.
say it's like the short week or whatever. However that works. What is that, Thursday to?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you have the final one would be like, you know,
You play Sunday, and then you play the Thursday. That's the short week.
hopefully the tiebreaker because you want it to go 1-1. But I think that's just where it's at right now. People want to see that matchup more than anything else.
It's Manning Brady.
Yeah. Like I don't. Nice. Full circle.
Yeah.
Because as much as Philly and Jalen Hurts have this rejuvenated, like, again, the Wentz Foles run where it was just like, how's this happening? I don't want to watch Philly play in a Super Bowl, I'll be honest.
Why not?
I don't want to.
Why not, though?
I don't know who from the...
Go Birds!
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's weird to think about it, but I don't know who from the NFC I genuinely want to represent that conference.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
They're not going to make it, but you know.
Like, what if all of a sudden...
Picked them.
Well, I know, but what if all of a sudden Seattle? What if Geno Smith just goes?
Then he earned it, and good for him.
Oh, I agree. But I'm saying none of these picks
Pete
right
Carroll's
now...
the greatest coach ever.
None of these picks right now look as good or as appetizing as Buffalo KC.
Bet, and then Geno wins and beats Josh Allen, and then you're like, "Whoa!"
Yeah, I mean, again, it's the
we didn't
exact
see
same
that
thing.
coming, but
Any
then we would have
given
got
Sunday.
robbed
When
of it.
Brady
And then
played
we'd have
Manning
got
in
robbed
the
of
AFC
it.
Championship
Yeah.
game, you're like, this is the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It sucks
But
that it's not,
yeah,
but that's what happens.
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So hot take. This one, segment dead.
I thought you had another thing.
No, I did.
Buffalo
Yeah.
segment.
How many compartments have been breached? So, from the Titanic movie, again, love the movie here. Inspired by
Rose.
Mr. Andrews. the architect, the builder, whoever, he swore that the Titanic would stay afloat with the first 4 compartments breached, but not 5.
Not 5. Should
Not-
go down at the head.
But not 5.
And he knew it.
So I'm going to give you some scenarios here, and you tell me if they are under 5 or over 5 compartments. Where's the Titanic going right now? Tampa and Green Bay, comma. Are we looking at 2 of the best ever to ever do it retiring in the same year?
Like mid-season retire?
No.
Is
At
that
the
the
end
end?
of the year.
Yes.
At the end of the year, they retire?
I
Yeah.
can see it.
Are we at 5 compartments? Have we breached it? Are we going down?
No, I think Aaron Rodgers hangs out. Because I low-key do believe that Aaron Rodgers hates the Green Bay Packers, and he is just sabotaging them from the inside. I believe that 100%.
Which you talk about a
Man.
mind game. Like,
Yes.
Dude,
yeah.
my dude is just out here doing it.
Well, and so it's funny because you could argue the polar opposite for Tom, where it's like, I know I'm the GOAT, and I don't know what the fuck's going on here, but why am I the only one? It's like when we thought,
Because you're 45. That's why.
but it's the conspiracy, whether you want it to be the witch or like Casey and Indy, where it's like, Pat Mahomes didn't get the fucking note. He
Right.
wanted to play this game.
Yeah.
And somebody was like, no, Pat.
Hey, buddy.
Indy money line's huge here. We got to let this happen. So,
Yeah, 100%.
okay. So you're both agreeing that they don't, that doesn't go down.
No, I think it is.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
So you're,
I could see Aaron at any point being like, fuck this game.
yeah.
I don't
I'm
think
over
so.
it.
Okay.
He's going to collect that check and just be like, yeah,
Let me go get stoned in the desert somewhere.
probably.
Dude, Running Man or Rain Man or whatever
Yeah,
it's
he's
called.
probably
out
just going to go take the ayahuasca in the desert.
there. Yeah.
Forget about this whole season and just come back and do it again next year,
Be
baby.
great. Okay. So, the NFC West, it is complete opposite day over there.
It's back.
It doesn't make sense.
No.
Do you think it's been breached? Do you think, it's going down where Seattle is just who we think they thought they are? And that's just the way it's going to be. You know what I mean? Like Arizona, Trouble in Paradise, they're like Kyler and Cliff they're not going to figure it out. Like it's just going to be this all season of like nobody fucking knows, but you don't look like you're a dominating team in any sense. The Rams, it's like, it's yet to be seen, but we're 6 weeks in and it's like, I think we've seen it.
No, it's been seen.
Yeah.
Their offensive line is decimated with injuries and terrible.
Yes.
They have the worst 1-2 running game in the league.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Has the NFC West been breached? Is it going down? And Seattle's the only one that's on the raft.
Seattle's a fucking iceberg.
Yeah. Just smoking them.
You hit me, boys.
Yeah.
Everybody's going down.
Because I just think it's one of those funny things, too, where Seattle, I think they're favored this week. I forget who they play.
I think the Falcons.
Yeah, but it's one of those where they're finally getting the respect. Granted, it's
Or maybe not. I don't know.
anybody playing them would have gotten it. But yeah, like it's weird. Again, that's why I loved the title, because I'm like, at some point you have to accept, like, if Seattle all of a sudden is 7-3,
So they are.
they're good.
Yeah.
Like in this season, in this moment, they're a good football team.
Yeah.
That's what Parcells said, man. You are who your record is.
Yeah. Like it's just, I'm sorry. It is what it is. Okay. Denver.
That's right.
Let's not. They're breached.
Yeah.
It's breached.
I think we are 5 compartments, 6, 7. I don't need, however many compartments are on the Titanic, they're breached.
Yeah.
They suck. They're,
Rippen's playing this.
I think like there's a thing that was like Russ pulled himself out of the game, told the coaches I'm not fucking playing.
did he really?
Yeah. And so Ripon finished the game. Or Ripon started. I don't know. I forget.
What?
Yeah.
From the whole, because again, I didn't get to watch it, but damn. I'm
Yeah.
going to put that on there
There's
because,
somebody talking about like I didn't watch the game or what
Yeah.
happened. I didn't even look at the stats on it.
Yeah.
To be honest.
well, I mean, they lost, and that's
Yeah.
why I was like, again, the Jets, I feel like are a true team or becoming to be one finally,
Yeah.
which
Brees
is
Hall.
Yeah, which is cool to see. But, I mean, at what cost? Brees Hall, see you later. But, yeah, I'm like, Denver just sucks.
Bad. It's bad.
Yeah.
It's bad.
They're going down.
Going down.
4 compartments.
That's right.
But not 5.
That's right.
This one's a fun one. I'm going to try and navigate it the best I can.
Okay.
How many compartments have been breached with Cleveland and Deshaun Watson?
26.
Plus.
I think 0.
I
I don't think anything he does now changes how they felt about him. Like
Yeah.
they signed him to that knowing what had already happened. What's 10 more allegations?
So hear me
Honestly.
out. This is a big debate like that I brought up to Fisher with when we were hanging out.
KT.
I said, there are things that certain people can beat and overcome. When you're the best of the best, when you're an elite status person in your craft, in your job, you overcome these types of things for better or worse. And I'm not saying I agree with it, but I'm saying they get put behind you rather than the average bear, the normal person.
Talking about Deflategate? Spygate?
Anything. Yeah. Like, I mean, insert, something we could debate that was topical.
Massage gate.
I don't think Deshaun beats this. And I think it's one of those where if he genuinely steps on a football field, which I've said for a while, it is going to be the weirdest, ugliest thing you've ever seen from like a live TV standpoint.
Nope.
Just a football standpoint.
I think he beats it, not this year. If he steps on the football field this year, he's done.
Yeah.
He takes this year off, count it up as a loss.
Yep.
Go through preseason next year, do that,
like,
and then just bam, next year you're in
Oh,
it.
no.
And again,
He'll be all right.
If Cleveland's in the thick of it and he comes in week 12, whatever it is, and throws for 302 touchdowns and they win, all hell to Sean.
well, it's against Houston.
Cleveland will.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
But it's against Houston, their first game back, which, again, conspiracy. You
Sneaky tough game.
Sneaky tough game.
You figured that out. You planned it. But again, I just think it's one of those. It's tough, man. Like
He can't come back this year.
yeah.
He
like,
can't.
You need more time.
He shouldn't.
He
But all
should-
three of
he
us
should.
know
Yeah.
he will be playing. Was it week 12? Is that when he can come back?
11 or 12.
Yeah, he'll be there.
Well, and
Bells on.
it is media days.
Leading the team out of the fucking tunnel.
But you better not.
Well, and the only reason is because it's sports. It's a sports wet dream. Like, you have the revenge game aspect of it. You have, should he even be playing? Like, everything is aligning for this to just be media fucking
Yeah.
overload.
3-0.
But that being said, I think we can
Texans.
all agree
Yes.
we're in a culture right now where it's like, if this guy genuinely starts playing professional football and like earning his money, which it's guaranteed regardless, but how people will view it, it's gonna be ugly.
I don't understand why you think this isn't happening.
Because
There's
it's like,
no way he does not play.
and that's why
I don't think
it's-
he does, honestly.
And I'm
This
with- I'm
year,
with-
I don't think he does.
I'm with Dutt. I think it's one of those they just keep doing like next week.
I mean, unless something else comes out even worse.
I mean, something else did.
Did-
Another allegation came out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're just allegations
Now
at
you're
this
just
point.
like, put it on my tab.
Right,
Put it
exactly.
on my tab.
66 plus.
What's 40 over 26? I mean, honestly.
Yeah, and-
What is the number egregious at some point? You're like, okay.
Quarter brick, half
But-
brick,
right.
full brick.
Hey.
5 breaches is too many.
Well, yeah, and that's why I said I think it's been breached. Like
Yeah.
I think it's going to go down as one of the weirdest guaranteed signings of all time.
And then it's just like Jacoby's just leading them. Like they're over 500. They're winning games. You're like, I'll ride the hot hand. I'll ride the hot
I mean, there's
hand.
reasons to be able to say we're not playing him, but it's not going to happen.
Okay, last one. How many compartments have been breached on NFL scouts and teams detecting true quarterback talent?
0. It's the same thing, man. Every year they miss on half of these guys.
Yeah.
It's an imperfect science. You can't get it right.
But that's what I think
It's
is
Moneyball
so
all over again.
Yeah.
dude.
exactly. But that's so interesting, right? Like how has somebody not come in and been like, yeah, let's go back to formula here. Like clearly something along the way is broken, or we need to look into something more than another, and they just don't. They're like, oh, you're 6'3" plus, your hands are fat, and you can throw a fucking rope 70 yards.
Dad hands.
Yeah, like I think it's one of those things where for me, I would say it's like closer to like 3 compartments have been breached, because you're basically bringing on these guys and paying them, I can only imagine, a pretty substantial amount of money, not in comparison to the players, but your sole job is to go look at these people and go, who's good or not? And you keep telling me these people are good and they suck. And I get that there are a lot of outside mental factors. Do they want it enough?
Yeah.
Whatever. But at some point, their talent, like Kyler Murray, I feel like is a weirdly good example of you don't want to really put it all in, but you're so goddamn gifted, you're still able to look better than these guys that are the elite starters.
Right. I mean, that's a perfect example. As a scout, you're like, yeah, pick this guy. He's home run.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, no, he's actually not a winner. Like, my team's not going to win with him, but he's going to make some highlights. Are you mad at the scout? Like, do you not take Kyler Murray?
Let me pull it back a little further. Kyler Murray, again, did like a traditional, what it seems like the norm now based off your stat, 200 some passing yards, 1 or 2 tutties, no interceptions. Like, hey, thanks for being elite game manager is what I think a lot of people would call it, versus the Zach Wilsons in the beginning, the Kenny Pickett's, where it's like you're throwing 40 times and you have 2 or 3 interceptions.
Yeah.
Like you don't have it. And I get that it takes time to build that, but
Or does he have it?
Or does he have it? I mean, Peyton Manning led the league in interceptions his rookie year.
exactly. But I think it's one of those where
30.
how is nobody,
Yeah.
looking at these guys being like, so we gave you one job and you told us to pick this guy. Why?
I mean, I get it. I'm a Bears fan. I get it, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You see Mitch Trubisky and you're like, that guy's
This
good.
guy-
And you're like, I got this guy down here in Texas Tech. I got this guy in Clemson who's a winner. You're
Yeah.
like, nah.
This
You
guy.
got to take the kid who's done it 1 year. Look what he's done in 1 year.
Okay, so
Starts.
I'll-
It's just it's too imperfect, man. There's no.
but hear me out. So let me make the argument, the closing argument, if you will. The Mitch Trubisky one was hilarious. One, because he came out and he wanted it to be known that he wanted to be called Mitchell. And it's like, brother, get fucked. Like, we're going to pick you for better or worse. You're going to play on our team. You played 13 games at North Carolina.
Yeah.
If you were some generational talent, North Carolina would have A, been ranked, or you would have B, been a Heisman front runner. You were neither. I don't want to hear about how your pro style attack of the game goes or how your hands are massive,
Mitchell.
But
Truth Bisky. Get his name right.
and that's why I thought it was so great too that Deshaun, we talk about it all the time. Sometimes you just have to watch the fucking game. Deshaun Watson was a leader. He would just take over a game at Clemson.
Yeah, he was loose as a goose, dude.
Getting rubbed up on.
You know what else he is?
Yeah. He's a toucher. But it's one of those where I'm
He
like,
ain't an
oh,
elite
legend.
edge rusher, I'll tell you.
but it's so funny, right? That they're
Come on,
like,
guys.
I don't know. I got some question marks on them, and I'm like, why?
Nobody's seen those question marks.
Yeah, and that's even better to the point. It's like you questioned his actual talent versus just his off the field shenanigans where he wants to go get touched by little Miss Susie that doesn't even have a practice of her own.
Hey, make a living.
But yeah, so you get it. All right. That's it.
All right.
That's it.
Compartments have been breached.
Man.
Top 3, bottom 3.
Yep.
Bottom three, baby.
I'm gonna do the
Round
top 3. Again, not much has changed except
Hello.
I did finally bump up Philly to 2 last week after their impressive win. I have Kansas City bumping them
Okay.
after their, and I know it's hard to feel like you dropped even though you didn't play.
Demoting somebody on a bye week, man.
I get it; it's a dick thing to do, but for me, it's my eyes. It's every week. So for me, I have
You fight on your day off.
Philly, 3rd best team, KC 2, Buffalo 1 for me.
Same. Nothing's changed. That was insane. They're the 3 best teams by a mile.
Yeah.
Again,
It's
there's
literally them, then
A lot.
10 layers of shit.
yep.
Everybody else.
And then it's Minnesota and
Giants.
Giants, Dallas, Seattle now it looks like. But yeah, that's why I said they are the only 3 sexy picks, with Buffalo and KC being the sexiest by far of the 2 or of the 3. Yeah.
The bottom 3 now.
Now we're talking.
Now it's
Yours
fun.
was the same too?
I mean, mine are the exact same because bye week. So I just went Eagles, Bills, Chiefs.
Okay.
Because you have Philly 1, right?
I had Philly. I still have Philly 1.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So yours was a little different.
Yeah, he just hasn't changed it.
I
Okay.
just haven't changed mine because bye week, I'm not going to punish somebody on a bye week.
Respect.
And I can't bump up the Chiefs because the 2 teams above them were both on buys.
I get it.
Yeah.
I don't agree with it, but I get
I mean, it's understandable.
it. Whatever. It's wrong, but I get it.
Bottom 3.
No, you're stupid, but I get it.
I get it. You're dumb.
B3.
So, and again, I preface this saying that the Bears are currently playing in New England and actually playing a good football game. However,
Winning football.
the 3rd worst team in the NFL for me. Last week I did have Carolina. This week
30th.
I have the Tampa Bay Bucks.
Ooh.
They suck.
Division leading Tampa Bay Bucks.
You're going to
are
lose
trash.
to Pittsburgh, and then you're going to lose to Carolina. I can't get over that.
Schittsburg and
Carolina
Firesale?
is a fire sale.
Yeah.
They don't want to win
Yeah.
another game except for the 12 people on that play on that team.
Dude, Vegas called, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
They said, what if we bring you a bag?
Because it was like 3-4 weeks ago that they actually posted like they lost money for the first time in like their ever existence.
Yeah.
Oh, Vegas?
That they lost. Yeah. FanDuel reported a loss
Yeah,
for the week.
FanDuel had a
and you're
loss
just
for the
like-
week or the day, like first times ever.
Oh, I
yeah,
love
and you're
that.
just like,
Shout out to the
and
people.
we're like, hell yeah, dude, us against the books. And then
Follow
they're like,
us.
Yeah.
And then they're like, nah, now we're about to cook the shit out of these books.
Oh yeah.
And last week or 2 weeks ago, nobody seen it coming.
Okay.
What if I told you?
What if I told you?
Second worst team in the NFL for me.
Yes.
Last week was Houston. They've been upgraded. They've been replaced by the Green Bay Packers.
Whoa!
This list is just okay. You're going.
I like it.
Yeah, your list is polarizing. I can respect it.
3 weeks you've lost to the Giants, to the Redskins, and the Jets. It's
Which-
not good.
One could argue the New York teams are who we think they thought we want them to be.
Yet.
Yet
Through 7 weeks.
they're good football teams.
Told you when Zach Wilson comes back, we're gonna see who they are.
MILF Hunter, baby. What
We got
you're-
that dog in it.
Yeah,
man.
what you're not understanding is that when you lose to in the moment, in season good football teams, that doesn't mean that the Green Bay Packers suck.
No, they're not good, man.
Or no, I think I wanted to say it another way. Like you're giving them more props and because they're like, oh, they lost to these shit teams. And it's like, no, they're good this year. The Packers aren't good.
Yeah, that's why I put him down there.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why I put them down there. They suck.
Nice. I agree.
He has no trust in them. Like, they're just not good.
We got there.
Yeah, they scored like 21 points and had a pick 6. So it's like,
And if
Aaron
New England
Rodgers
would
has
have
only scored
trusted
twice?
Zappy more than they did 3 weeks ago, New England probably would have beat them.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's a good one. And again, game hasn't been played yet.
Dead last.
The worst team for me is still the Bears. Going into
No.
this game after their shit performance on Thursday night, there was no reason. And I preface this with saying the 29th worst team for me right now is the Detroit Lions. When you don't score a touchdown in 2 straight games and you have one of the worst defenses, but our offense has done it and they have moved the ball. So I'm not saying we're good. We're one step away from being in this bottom 3. So this isn't a homer thing where I hate the Bears.
The irony is I do actually have them in parentheses on my computer as the 29th worst team
Yeah,
because I wanted it to be known.
I'm trying to be real here.
They're 1-5.
That's my bottom 3.
Yeah.
I think the fucking Detroit Lions are better than the Chicago Bears.
Let me let me spice it up for you.
Spice it up for me, man.
Sizzle.
Detroit is 29th because again, I think at this point it's the classic you're 1-5. You're just not good. Like you're not winning. It's tough. So
Who has the worst record in the league?
Detroit. And that's what I'm saying.
And they have the worst defense in the league.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
But they're not the worst team in the league.
No. Because you're going to love these other 3. So coming in at number 30, I picked it. It came to fruition. I couldn't have been happier about it. 30 is Indianapolis. They are not a good football team.
They are not a good football team.
They are a selection of few where I don't know how points are going to be scored on a week-to-week basis. I can tell you who their players are that should be scoring and getting attention, but Indy sometimes just doesn't want to go with that.
Check
So that's fine.
Well, it's because defenses scheme against those players. Because obviously, if we're picking them to score touchdowns, then obviously they're square picks, and everybody sees it coming.
Well, it's interesting because a lot of other A-list talent on teams are the guy and then still perform, but neither here nor there.
Neither
So,
here nor there.
number 31 is Houston. They lost again to the Raiders. Truth be told, I don't think the Raiders are a good football team, which just proves the point that Houston's even worse.
The Raiders are better than the record.
But I have no idea what's going on in Houston either. It just seems kind of like one of those, if you told me these guys, like if you could somehow just like get a hot mic on somebody and they're like, I don't really care about anything that's going on, but like I get paid to do this, so I guess I'll just show up. Like it's a bare minimum effort type job. I could see it.
I mean, okay.
Yeah.
So the 31.
And at 32, Denver Broncos.
Whoa.
The only reason I give Detroit,
I
like,
wanted to do it.
again, they're 29th, which means they're still down there. So don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
And they technically have the worst record in the league. Their team, you can just tell they're actually wanting to do better than what they are, at least in the first few weeks. I get that now it's maybe they are who we thought they were yet.
Yeah.
But Denver's just bad. Nothing they do is like we're turning it around other than when it was the classic square pick of Denver outright against the Chargers. Looked like a lock, but it
Yeah.
went to overtime and the Chargers won it.
This just in, Mac Jones got benched in the first quarter
I love it.
because they're losing to the Bears, so they brought in Zappy.
Little Zappa energy. But yeah, I think Denver, we talked about it before already, will go down as another very bizarre trade where we thought we were getting A, and then you gave us B, and it's just terrible.
I mean, the Lions through 4 weeks have scored more points than I think Denver will score all year.
Probably.
And that's something.
Yeah.
And that's why they're not in the bottom 3 for me yet, because
Yeah.
their offense has a chance if you don't get to Jared Goff. Because it's funny, as I was watching the Dallas game, I'm like, maybe I owe Goff an apology. Because for a year and a half, I'm just like, I can't wait for this guy to be out of here.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, any pressure at all, you can't move.
Yeah.
And it's terrible. And I'm like, you know what? I don't know, you dick.
See you, Jared. Yeah. All right, Dut. Round us out.
I have at 30
Yes.
the Detroit Lions.
Yeah. They're bad,
We're
dude.
close.
They're 1-5.
Yeah. Worst record in the league. They should be 32. That's
Well,
where their defense is. That's where their record is. That's where they should be. But
they're 30.
they were injured prone.
Yes.
Everybody's back.
Yeah.
Still didn't score. Lost. It happens.
You're 30.
They have a chance to get better. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Jamal Williams'
31.
first fumble loss. 1 yard line. What a dick.
See?
Hate to see it.
30. I still have
No, 31.
31.
31. I still have the Texans.
Do you?
Yeah, I still
And
have
they're
the
not good.
Texans right there.
They're just a weird team. Like I said, it's just.
Yeah. But they're going to put up points. I mean, they've been putting up points like they're in games. I don't know if they are really.
What's the running back? He's on my fantasy team.
Damian
David
Pierce.
Pierce?
Yeah, Pierce.
Yeah, they'll get a participation trophy at the end of the year.
All right.
They'll love it.
Dave Smills puts up points.
Yeah.
I have him on my bench or
Somewhere.
in my league somewhere. Brandon Stupid, 2 quarterback.
Big neck guy.
Big neck guy. I like guys with a neck. You know what I mean? Stick his neck out for the
They
team.
do
you
it.
know
They do
what I
things.
mean?
They do things.
Yeah.
Last team,
32.
32.
He's wide open. What a
Uh,
catch.
Their one win, they stole it. They're the Steelers. It's what they do.
Steal.
Steal.
Bad.
Yeah. I have them as the worst team. Kenny Pickett's back, so you don't get the
Oh, yeah.
couple starts, so you don't get the rookie quarterback treatment no more.
You're
Especially
trashy.
if you beat fucking Tom Brady.
Yeah.
And then Mitch Trubisky came and finished it. But there is 0% chance in any other situation, if that spread last night wasn't minus 7.5, that the Dolphins don't kick that field goal and just go up 2 scores. Instead
Right.
of trying to score a touchdown and go up 2 scores. Doesn't make sense.
Which a field goal is going to do the same
Yeah,
thing.
doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
And then you're
That's-
just like, oh, I got to keep it close enough to where it's only 16-10. And you watch that first quarter of that game,
Yeah.
and the Dolphins are just throwing all over them.
It was
Yeah.
crazy.
Literally all over.
I went to bed at halftime and I was shocked when I woke up and saw the final score was the same score I saw at halftime.
Yeah, it was nuts.
Didn't know that. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
That's my bottom 3.
Okay.
I think it's time.
Shoot it. Time
Shoot
to make
it.
a pick. I'll start
Starter
What
up.
are you starting?
the picks.
I was going to say, like, we're officially making people money.
Yeah.
We are above 500.
We're 11-10,
11-10, baby.
which means we've won 11 times.
And
Yeah.
only lost 10.
But we're picking dogs. So, like,
Yeah.
Yeah. We know what we're doing.
you know,
11 out of the 21 times. But no, my first pick. Well, my pick this week.
okay.
Your lock.
I couldn't be. So I didn't realize from last week, for those of you, Tennessee, the favorite, beating the Colts handily, called it every which way you wanted it. Tennessee's just on a sneaky 4-game win streak, which is weird. They're
Yeah.
4-2.
You don't talk about it.
Yeah, but I was like,
Just did.
yeah, but we're not taking them this week. Let's leave them alone.
Okay.
What we're going to do is we're going to attack what we know, and we found a chink in the armor. We're going to take Washington +3 at Lucas Oil, playing the Colts, because, again, Washington's just that weird team that either outright wins or plays right to their competition, and it just seems like it's going to be a toilet bowl, and I like my boy Taylor to come out of that toilet.
But you don't got a shot. Tell me.
Yeah.
I've taken the Commanders 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, I think they just get it sneaky done, and Indy is as advertised. But I am interested, and I want to make sure I sprinkle it in there, that if Dutt calls it correctly and Sam Ellinger just has a day, I want to know why.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We got to figure it out.
Yes. So that's my pick. Washington +3.
Okay. So I started off the year at just a paltry 1-4.
Pick.
Turned it around.
I'm now 3-4.
Bang. Win
Nice.
streaks.
People have Been asking me if I'm back.
I'm thinking I'm back.
I'm thinking I'm back.
And you're back to picking what?
I went back to saying, hey, what's going to get wins?
Yeah.
And like I said, the Commanders jumped out at me, and I picked them,
Yes.
and they came through.
They did.
And you know what? If you listen to that last segment, I said Buffalo is the best team in the NFL.
Ooh,
and I said,
baby.
And I said Green Bay was in the bottom 3.
You're taking Buffalo minus 10 and a half.
And I'm taking Buffalo minus 10.5.
Hello.
They are going to put both of their feet in Aaron Rodgers' tush.
Oh, God. That's a full tush.
And if you're saying anything jumps out at you that says 35-17, it's this game. Josh Allen,
Dog.
prove it.
Yeah. I could see it being 42-10.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah.
And that's what's going to happen.
42-14.
Whatever it is, it's more than 10.5.
Is it at Lambeau, too?
No.
No, it's
No.
in. Oh, they're so screwed.
It's in Buffalo.
Yeah. Dude. That's going to be the.
Hey, Buffalo, let's circle the wagons.
Yeah.
Let's circle the wax.
There's going to be. Okay, so then mark my words.
They're marked.
There will be a moment in that game that is clip worthy that Aaron Rodgers does where you're like, this is going to go viral or people are going to talk about it. Like Brady throwing the fucking surfaces everywhere. Like he's going to do something.
He goes into Buffalo and wins by 10.
Don't say that. That'd be terrible.
No, it's not going to happen.
Yeah. Duh.
I don't want
Or
to
is
say
it?
I don't want to say changing of the guard, but I think this is one where Josh Allen's like, "Oh yeah, you're one of the best ever to do it."
I'm
Hold
gonna
my
let,
beer.
I'm gonna let you know Daddy's home.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
here for a while.
Yeah.
It's going to be something stupid. It's going to be like pick 6 for a touchdown. It's going to be a punt return for a touchdown. And you're just going to be like, what the fuck is going on right now?
Duh. Damn it.
Right?
Yeah.
Buffalo's And while this is happening,
you
for
got to
those of
pick
you
it. It's right there in front of your face.
Yeah.
Jimmy G's 7-0 against them. Might as well make it 8-0.
He's,
You don't lose against the Rams. And they got Christian McCaffrey.
Is it at or are they home?
It
It's
doesn't
at,
matter.
I mean,
dude.
San Francisco to LA. It's in LA.
Yeah.
I'll take the 49ers minus 1.5. God. They got good edge rushers.
Oh, I'm saying a year ago, if you'd have gave me the Rams at home getting a point, whatever you want,
Yeah.
the mortgage, it's fine.
Yeah.
I'm a sucker.
Yeah.
You
Now
did
I'm
it in
like-
the beginning of the season.
Yeah,
Well, I guess it paid off then.
that one game. Yeah.
Yeah, the one. No, Buffalo beat them.
Oh, Buffalo crushed them.
Yeah,
Buffalo
but then
crushed
you did take them when they were an underdog and they won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
which might have been their last one. It's just, hey, it's our everyday quarterback who's actually a running back. Justin
Told ya.
Fields.
Yeah.
JF.
They're in a
Love to
game.
see
It's
it,
Monday
baby.
night.
Boom.
Sounds like that's episode 71.
Episode 71.
71.
They are who we thought they were.
Yet.
Maybe
We did it.
we did. Crushed
did
it.
it.
Wait, no, it is.
Bet responsibly, people.
Are they who we think they are?
They are.
Yet.
Yet.